patches of dependent on your son. In a world full of babies' mamas, how do we know who can claim our seed? Growing up, I had tons of men that looked after me. I was always the youngest, and it was ever so evidenced that the grown-up parties had by my family. Whenever it was held at my sister's place, her husband would always come to check in on me and give me the props my young blood deserved.
Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Yo también estoy aburrido, así que no te preocupes. Pero, ¿sabes qué? Yo creo que podemos hacer algo para que nos divirtamos más. Yo quisiera quedarme, pero no voy a poder. Pero tengo una buena cosa para ti. La voy a preparar, ¿ok?
My brother-in-law was always the best at hooking me up with what I needed at whatever time. I'll always give him heart for the heart he gave me and for showing me how possible it is to live after 50 bullet wounds. Duh, you just turned into a robot, yo.
Ok, señor, así que creo que estamos listos ya para que la veas. No le digas nada a tus papás. Yo no les voy a decir nada, pero tú tampoco les voy a decir. Yo sé que te va a gustar. Se llama Robocop.
Aleluya.
Y yo la vi, es muy bueno. Okay. Y vas a ver, te vas a divertir más aquí adentro que allá afuera donde yo voy a tener que estar. Así que yo vengo dentro un rato a ver si está todo bien, pero cualquier cosa tú me llamas, ¿no? Chao, te lo disfrutes.
Don't make trouble.
On the other side was my true blood, my father. He wasn't around too much, so a lot of our communication went through the telephone. He tried when he could.
Hola, pues, ¿cómo está todo? Bien. Mira, pues, regreso hace 5 días más o menos, pero quiero que juntar contigo para, no sé, tengo regalos para ti también. Tengo billetes. Tengo un show de, no sé, pues, se llama Public Enemy.
Aleluya.
Sí, la música de mono, ¿no?
I always remember the little things my dad did for me.
Regreso, nos juntamos y vamos al show ya. Ok, mijo, te quiero mucho. Hasta luego, mijo.
He died 1 year later. We all had to readjust to the death. No one more so than my mother, who soon started taking on male suitors. My future stepfather was just as old as my dad, but lacked the gamemanship of a Latin male. Failure came crashing in as he took me to the one place every 15-year-old boy wants to go on a Saturday afternoon.
And the day's just started. We've got 4 or 5 hours ahead of us. All these great plants to look at and talk about, and all their scientific names and their local names. Flowers and dirt and grass. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that.
I was in hell, and my stepfather was having a blast taking me there. It was only 6 months later that he married my mom.
Kind of like you know. Flowers can really kind of perk you up and just make you feel good about life in general. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm trying to do here today is to give you an appreciation for nature and for the purity of nature and how great things like flowers and shrubs and trees can be.
But you know what? It took me some time to realize that this was something paternal I hadn't really experienced. Self-respect. While others loved me, I never had to deal with respecting who they were. You had to be yourself to earn respect. And I kind of dug that. 15 years later, and he's still here. Longer than any other paternal figure. You know what? That's love. That's Juice, and that's my stepfather. And to all those punks out there, leaving your kids in the dust, running away from a woman that loves you, getting songs written about you because you too chicken shit to take care of your own kids, let alone someone else's angry ass fatherless kids, that, my baby's daddies, ain't keeping it real. This is. And there's nothing more hip hop than that.
Aleluya.
Well, one of the things that made my father different from others was that he was home. Being the minister, he did not go to an office. So he was there. And quite often, if he had to go into Boston for some reason, he would take me with him. So even as a little boy, I tagged along with him. I would tag along, and we would sort of pal together. He was still my father. so it was not it was a father-son, but he was there, and I was with him a lot, and that means so much to me now as I look back.